How you doing? It's another Thursday night, and this is Greg Flower with Buy It, Rent It, Profit Education. And this is our underwriting event that we run every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for people out on the West Coast or anywhere else in the United States. Uh, yeah, tonight we're going to be looking at, let me start sharing my screen. And window, and oops. There we are. Okay, we're gonna be looking at this property here in South Daytona, and this is the OM. Well, it's actually a flyer. It's not really an OM, but they give us all the information that we need. The asking price is $1,870,000. It's capped. They say the cap rate's a 725. That's actually not correct, but that's fine to their calculations. And these are the reasons why you underwrite it, because you can't always believe what they're talking about or what they're listing here. This is a real estate agent. But anyway, we have 11 units. It was renovated twice in 2014 and 2018. It's 2 stories, multifamily. Y'all can see this. Net rentable space is 8916. It's 100% occupied. It was originally built in 1969, the year the Mets won the World Series.
All right.
The first World Series.
Hang on. We can only see, I see Palmetto Villas.
Oh, sorry. I always
there you
get
go.
to do that. Here's the important part of the flyer. So this is all the information I was just reading off. I apologize for that. I always forget to hit share this page instead. I always think it follows along with me.
Terrence?
So the price per unit is $170,000. I'll go back up to show Terrence the picture. Is the building we're looking at. It's in South Daytona, Terrence. It's 11 units, 2-in-1s, and a studio. So it is on the east coast of Florida. It's right off of Interstate 1. It's really close to the beach. And these are some of the pictures. It's completely remodeled. It's actually in very nice shape. Some of the pictures here. It looks like tile floors. Parking lot was redone. The grass is nice. The landscaping is pristine. So, and it's, it's the typical, for what I don't have no idea why they blur this out. Like I'm going to steal some of their data. But anyway, let's move along to the important stuff. Share the screen instead. I'm going to go right into the deal analyzer. So the asking price was $1,870,000. Their NOI, which some of the calculations were a little funky, but when I ran it the right way, it was 121,083. They listed like 4 different NOI, actually 3 different NOIs. So what I did is I got the effective gross income, and I had totaled the expenses. You subtract the expenses from the effective gross income, and bam, there's your NOI. Really simple formula. So when we talked to Chad today, he said some of the loans are going, 6.5% to 6.75. I'm going to stick at 7%. It's not that bad. And he says they are amortizing at 30 years. So we were going to get our debt service coverage ratio. So in the past, he had told us that the banks are looking for 1.30. But today, during Chad Musgrove's event, he informed us that no, you can underwrite it 1.25. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to 1.25, which is probably going to bring us about 30% here. I'm guessing a little bit more. There we are, 35%. So they said their cap rate was a 7 and change, but look, you see what our cap rate comes out to, 6.48. So it's about 0.75 off. So not a big deal, but let's go on to the deal analyzer. So again, this is a multifamily, and we are buying. So let's check off multifamily. I'm just going to put in Daytona here. I cheated before I looked at it. There we go. And it was built in 1969, so it makes it 55 years old. The gross rentable space is 8916, and the lot is just under, what is that, a half acre? It's actually just over a half acre. It's 0.54, I believe it said. And I do have a picture. I will get that for you guys in a second here. I just took the picture right off the flyer, and there it is. I say it's in really nice shape, so
Great.
moving right along.
Nice.
I'm sorry?
The landscaping is nice. Simple.
Yeah, the curb appeal is very nice on this property. So do I want to add unit details? Well, of course I do. So, I mean, I can put in the effective gross income, but it's more fun to break it down this way. So they currently, like I said, it's 11 units. They currently have 3 different levels that they're renting at. They have, it's all 2 bedrooms except for 1 studio. So they have 5 of the 2 bedrooms, and they're all 870 square feet.
Oh, that's big.
But yeah, this one rents at $13.50, or these 5 rent at $13.50. And then they have 3 2 bedrooms, 3 870, and these rent at $1,200. That's just going to lower your price per square foot. Then they have 2 bedrooms, 2 870. We all know the fun part's going to come later when we look at these are renting at $10.50. So what they are is when I looked at the rent roll, it's just older leases that haven't expired yet, so or come due to release. And then they do have 1 studio, a little on the small side. It's 420 square feet, but it's a studio, so it's good for a single person. And that rents for $11.50, which I thought was
2 bedroom.
yeah. Well, like I say, it's probably a newer lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably So that comes down. So here's your gross. See, that gross leasable space is different, but like I said, some of their calculations and the square footage, these might be averages. But they said our gross rentable square footage was 8916. This is coming out to 9120, and it's all probably estimated. They have no other income, and they say they're 100% occupied. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as this. So here we go. Let's go on to our next stage here. So look at our cash on cash return. We haven't put on our expenses yet, but it's a 10, a little over 10. Our cap rate now is over the 7 that they said. But like I said, we haven't put our expenses in yet, which is always fun. And they left something out here on the expenses. The first thing they did was the real estate tax. So we know they put in a 2021 real estate number, real estate tax number, property tax number. So I went in, of course, I found the millage rate. I did our calculation. So at 1.87 million, right, times 0.80 times the millage rate divided by 1,000. They had put down originally 9868. Our new property tax number is actually 12,850. 850. Come on, Greg, where is it? 2. So, yeah, pretty big difference. Almost $3,000. Actually, it is $3,000. Just under $3,000. Their insurance estimate, they listed 2 insurances. They listed a property insurance. Then they also have a general liability insurance. I just added the 2 together. On a big spreadsheet, you can break them out. I mean, I can break them out here too, put a separate line. In this case, it's easier just to add the 2 together. So that comes out to 74.21. And that seems about right. It's a single building. They're block construction. Yes, they are close to the water. They probably have to carry some kind of flood rider, but we're just going to go with this for now. Let's see, their utilities. They're listing at 19. This is probably common area utilities. We were talking about this earlier. They're probably metered separately electric. We'll go back and look at the pictures. I didn't see electric meters, but I really wasn't looking. Water and sewer. So they're probably not metered separately for water because this number seems a little on the higher side. This is 8653. I can't imagine that's a single, common area water bill for the year. They don't list any garbage. They do list repairs and maintenance, and I believe some of this might be for the rehabs that they were doing. But that was 81. Sorry, 5735. You do have a management fee. It says it's 5%. So when I calculate, when their original number was 7425, but actually 5% of their rental income comes out to 8160. So that's what I'm putting in here. They're telling me it's 5% of the rent. Has to be what they say, right? Now they also list something odd called license. So somebody must carry a license there. I'm assuming it's a CAM license. So I'm just gonna put that in there. Did these numbers all change on me? There we are. That's 390. I just want to double check my numbers here because I think they changed. Yeah, stand by. This one up here. I get for trying to be fancy. Insurance. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, the property tax. Property tax number went away. 12 equals 52. Okay, so let me just double check these numbers. Yeah, they all changed. Stand by. Oh no, that's right. 74. It should be 21. And when we were talking to Chad today, also, he mentioned reserves numbers. So in the past, I never put a reserve in because a lot of people didn't put them in. So he said, we say 250 a unit for the year. So 250 times 11. Can't do math in my head anymore. So we go to the handy dandy calculator. And it's 250 times 11 equals 2750. So let's go here. 2750. We're going to put that in also. So see, obviously they left something out because their expenses only add up to about 29% of their expense. So something's left out. They probably have some advertising money, some payroll money, definitely garbage, but we'll continue on. And here we are at our assumptions page. So they say their price is firm, so I'm not going to play with the price, but look at the cap rate. They said it was like a 7.2 originally, and our cap is at 620, as we can see right over here on the side. And our cash on cash return is with the current rents, 290 or 2.90. So we're going to move along here. So here we are. Let's bring this up to 38% to get this to 2.5. Look at that, right on the money. Interest rate at 7, amortized at 30 years. That was this step. This is just what all the numbers that we put in. I always do this. I always forget about the double. So let's go to our cash flow assumptions. So we're going to assume a 3% increase each year. We're going to try and keep our expenses low at 1%. And our cost of sales, 1.5. Leave that at 10 years. And now we're back up to 3.3 from 2.9. Let's see what our IRR is with the rents the way they are. It's though, it's not a bad deal. It's at 12%. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially after the way Chad was talking today that things are going to change a little bit, so you might not be getting, as high of the numbers that you were getting.
Right, exactly. But let's go to property income. So what I did is I did a little mini Toyota, and I went to apartments.com, and I looked up a bunch of apartments in the area. So I looked at their pro forma numbers, and we are going to just play with these numbers a little bit. So we know we have 10 2-bedrooms. They can't change the square footage, but they claim they can get 1595, and actually that's an accurate number according to apartments.com. So even if we go to 1550, let's do that. We won't push the ceiling. And the studio, amazingly enough, they say, and this is a fact, I checked on apartment.com, $1,400 for
Wow.
but you think about it, they're close to the beach. Look what Brian was getting at Park Plaza for his studios. Basically, they were studios, and they were about that size. So I'm going to leave this one at 1,400. I'm not even going to play with that a little bit. Now let's hit this.
Was there any additional income?
No, there was no additional income. I didn't see, like I say, the description, and we'll go back to the OM and P because I want to make sure that the meters are the electric is separately metered. But I do want to check on the picture, see if we can find any meters. So, but look at our cash on cash. It went up to a 5, a little over 5. Our cap rate's close to the 7 now at the new pro forma numbers. So let's go to the end here. Go to the cash flow analysis, see where our IRR wound up. So as you can see, less than 20 minutes. I started at 7 and it's 7:18 now. Gotta go here. Look at that. With the pro forma numbers. Granted, I mean, you might not be able to pull those numbers. So yeah, you want to be a little conservative. We went conservative on the 2-bedroom number, but we left the one studio the way it is. So I mean, that's not bad.
Did you put reserves in?
Yes, I did.
Okay, sorry,
That's fine. Yeah, I can show you here property expenses. Here's our reserve number to 2748. So yes, I did put reserves in. So
Yes.
as always, what do you need?
I was just curious what it did to the percentage of income.
It barely touched it. I mean, because that's really such a small
much.
number when you
Only one.
divide that. It's $250 a month, and I
Mhm.
only brought that up a little bit to 25.7, almost 75. So again, here's the link right here for this whole report. Click on the link. It's copied. When I go to my email, compose. I'm going to send it to myself. I'm just going to put in here Daytona. Put the link in there. And off you go. And there's my email.
I know. Well, your screen is not sharing.
No, I'm sorry. I never share my screen when I go there. So, but if I go to my inbox, I sent it. I sent it to a different email. It's there, I promise. Let's see. Which email did I send it to? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I probably sent it here. Oh, there it is. So here's the report. Click on the link.
Gotta switch.
I am.
Okay, here we go.
And here's everything. So if you come on over here to where it says analyze, bam, there's all your steps. Everything we just put in there. This is what gets sent out to your team, your senior underwriter, so he can really drill down into it. Piece of cake. So let's go over to the OM again. Let me share this screen instead. Now let's go to the pictures. And we're on the search for electrical meters. They have beautiful air conditioners. I don't see, I mean, it could be in a shed someplace on the property or on the side of the building if they're not showing us in these pictures. I mean, you would do a site tour on here. So like I said before, I went on to apartments.com. I double checked the rents for the 2 bedrooms in the area, actually all on this road. And it's Palmetto, well, I think it's Palmetto Drive is where the property is. Palmetto Avenue in South Daytona. And I double checked the rents for the single 2 bedrooms, excuse me, and the studios, and their pro formas are close, very close. Sometimes it's they're a little actually on the lower side, but you could probably pull these rents after a period of time, depending. Hopefully, if you were at Chad's class today, you know, you might not be able to pull them completely, but
How about vacancy? Did they talk about vacancy?
in this place, yeah, well, right here it says occupied 100%.
Okay.
Right here.
I
mean,
can't see.
it's a you can't see it. It's too
No,
small.
no. I just can't see it. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, right over here, it says
Okay.
has 100% rent to this where it gives us all the information. So apartments.com, which Miss Karen told me about today to use for my Toyota. I was going to Realtor and looking up apartments that way, but apartments.com is a real great way to look up comps and rents and check the pro formas that they're telling you, and just put in the address and it gives you all the apartments in the area, and there's a bunch of them right over here, things for rent. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Let me go over to Werribee.